Living Well with LDS Hospital.
Welcome back, everyone. October kicks off Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is something that is so near and dear to us here at Good Things Utah, as we lost one of our amazing producers, Roxy, to breast cancer. But we're excited to be sitting down with Teresa Reading from LDS Hospital to start the conversation about getting mammograms. So important. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I'm very happy to be here and talk about getting mammograms because it is so important and we're not very good at it in Utah.
The second lowest screening rate in the country, and you hear that, but then you also hear all of us have a 1 in 8 chance of developing breast cancer in our lifetime.
Yes. Yeah, it's scary. Just being a woman puts you at risk for breast cancer. A lot of people think if they don't have any family history that they don't have to worry about it, but that's not really true. Every woman has to worry about it, so every woman should get screened.
Well, you came with 6 amazing reasons, things that we need to know about mammograms. And for someone like me, I'm 36, getting to where I need to start thinking about that. I love everything that you brought up. The first thing is that they work, right?
They do work, so we're able to find things a lot earlier with mammograms than just by physical exam. So if you're trying to find a breast cancer early, when it's at a more treatable stage, and hopefully avoid some of the treatments that can come with breast cancer, mammograms really help.
And does the survival rate go up if you catch it early?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay, so number 2, know your schedule. What does that mean?
So the schedule that we still recommend at LDS Hospital and Intermountain Medical Center is every year after age 40. Last year, the American Cancer Society came out with a different schedule, which is actually quite reasonable for people who are at an average risk to start at 45 and go yearly, and then after 55 every other year. But to still have the option of getting one every year if you and your doctor feel that that's the best option.
And what do you think is important?
I like the every year at 40 because it's easy to remember and because I see a lot of women who are in their 40s with breast cancer. So I think every year at 40 is a good screening schedule that's easy to remember and easy to keep.
Okay, the next one is that it's fast and safe, which is having never had a mammogram before, that's comforting.
Yes, coming in for the mammogram is easy. It is fast. It doesn't take very much time. You can come in for your appointment and get gone and on with your day. It's fast and easy.
I have had a mammogram before. I've had several, and it really is. I mean, it's one of those things, and is that why we're not doing it in Utah, that we overthink it and we over-worry about it, or are we just busy?
Well, I think it's probably a combination, but I do think that people worry about the radiation, which is actually pretty negligible if you get a mammogram every year. People worry about getting extra radiation to their breast. And I think people just want to not think that it's going to happen to them. So they don't think that they need mammograms, because nobody in my family's ever had breast cancer. I probably will never get breast cancer. It's not something I need to worry about, but it is.
Interesting.
Number 4 is don't jump to conclusions.
Yes, so if you get called back from a screening mammogram, odds are actually that it's for a benign problem, not for a cancer. Out of 1,000 people that get screened, 100 people get called back, and only 5 of those people will have breast cancer.
Really? So it's not a scary thing if you get called back?
Well, it's always a little bit scary, but most people, if they get called back, it's not going to be a cancer.
Okay.
Okay, great. The next one is prevention is key.
Yes, so when you find breast cancer early, you really can treat it easier and you can hopefully survive longer. So we like to find breast cancer early, and the best way to do that is with mammograms.
And the last one we've mentioned a little bit before, but it's number 6, is it's not just about genetics. Just because your mom didn't have breast cancer doesn't mean you're not at risk.
Correct. Having more family members with breast cancer does increase your risk for breast cancer, but just because you don't have anyone in your family with breast cancer doesn't mean you can't get it.
I asked you earlier, and is this a good question, do you have to call your doctor to book a mammogram?
Yes, it is a good question, because for screening mammography, you don't need a prescription. So if you are thinking, oh, I haven't had my mammogram, I should get on that, all you have to do is call the mammography center and schedule. As long as it's been 1 year and a day since your last mammogram, there's no copay, and you can just schedule it yourself.
85% of women diagnosed with breast cancer have no family history of the disease. That's great to know. Good all we can do is be educated and be responsible.
Well, the knowledge is power, right? Go in and get it done. And for all of us here at Good For Utah, we want to do Roxy proud. She would say, please, please get your mammogram. LDS Hospital is a great place to do that. Go to our website and we will link you to all their information. It's also right there on your screen, ldshospital.org/healthyliving. You can maybe even see Dr. Reading. She's so great. Thank you for stopping by the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it so much. You're in the kitchen next, aren't you?
I don't get to be in the kitchen. I'm mad at Jessie. We arm wrestled and she's making caramel. Brian?
Chef Leslie's having fun over there already.
Well, Chef Leslie's making the caramel. We're just kind of taking the
I know.
caramel.
We're going to have a bite.